Hey guys, welcome back to Albert Gaming, where today I would like to talk a little bit about both the weapon banner and speculation about Hu Tao. So, what do we have in store for today? Well, let's take a look here at the banner, first and foremost. Now, you can see I'm recording this at a time when we still have Kaching on the US or North American servers. 2 hours, 8 minutes to go, so I have not played Hu Tao. I do not know how she works, other than what has been reported online by MiHoYo and from, earlier speculation. So, let's get into this. Now, people are talking about, in specific terms, this weapon banner being rigged. Well, not rigged, a scam. So, what does it mean if this weapon banner is a scam? Well, let's talk about that. So, the weapon banner gives you a chance to get one of two weapons. Right now, it's the Staff of Homa or the Wolf's Gravestone. And people are saying that it's really hard to get the Staff of Homa over Wolf's Gravestone. So people are basically saying that it is a scam because of that. So, let's take a look at the details here. Now, on a 5-star item, your base probability of winning that weapon is 0.7%. Once you hit pity at 80 attempts, you are guaranteed to get one of these two weapons. If the first time you win a 5-star weapon in this chance, there is a 75% chance. If you don't hit that 75% chance, you're guaranteed the weapon. So what does that mean? Well, it means if you get pity, or if you just happen to get a good 5-star roll, you have a 75% chance to get one of these two. Not a 75% chance of one of them, but both of them, singularly. What does that mean? Well, there's a 25% chance that you could get something else. So the Skyward Pride, or the Skyward Spine, or Amos's Bow, and so on and so forth. So let's suppose that you hit pity, and you get Amos's Bow, right? So now you have a guaranteed chance to get either the Staff of Homa or Wolf's Gravestone. You could easily get Wolf's Gravestone multiple times. And now here's where we'll talk about this a little bit. So I'm not a math guy, but I did a little bit of math here. So if you spend $100 without getting the bonus rate up, you get 8,080 crystals or 8,080 primo gems. And a 10 pull is 1,600 primo gems, so your $100 gets you 50 and a half pulls. Now, if you spend $50, that gets you 3,880 crystals, or $50 for 24 and a quarter pulls. So I did a little hypothetical here. We're going to just assume on these rolls that everybody gets pity exactly at the same time, 75, okay? A little bit before hard pity at 80. So suppose you roll from 0 to 75 pity and you get Skyward Pride. Your pity now resets because you lost the 75% chance to get one of these two rate-up weapons. You spent $150, basically, if you didn't have any primos to get that. So now from 0 to 75 pity, you have a guaranteed chance to get one of these two. But you get Wolf's Gravestone because you lost the chance. It was a roll, basically, of what one do you get at that point. And you got this one. You're out $300. From 0 to 75 pity, you get Lost Prayer. So now the pity resets again. You lost that 75% chance to get one of these two. You're out $450. From 0 to 75 pity, you get Wolf's Gravestone R2. Pity resets. You got your one of the guaranteed two here. You're out $600. From 0 to 75 pity, you get Wolf's Gravestone R3. You won the 75% chance to get one of these two, and you got this one. You're out $750. From 0 to 75 pity, you get a Keel of Favonia. Your pity resets. You lost the 75% chance because there's no guaranteed weapon since the last one was Wolf's Gravestone. You're out $900. From 0 to 75 pity, you finally get Staff of Homa, and the pity resets. You're out $1,050. This is something in psychology they talk about. It's a heuristic, or a mental shortcut, that I think is applicable here, is the representativeness heuristic, which is where if you think of a coin flip you think random chance would make it likelier that your coin flips would be something like heads, heads, tails, heads, tails, 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 heads, as opposed to head, 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 head. But it's a 50% chance of each roll happening. So with the representativeness heuristic, you think that it's likelier to be random. In other words, you think if you got Wolf's Gravestone, it's likelier that it'll be the Staff of Homa coming up next. But really, it could equally be the Wolf's Gravestone. So the only way this is a scam is if MiHoYo lies in these numbers here, right? Like if it's not a 0.7% chance, or if it's not once every 80 attempts, or if it's not a 75% chance. Say it's a 70% chance, once every 90 attempts, and it's really a 0.4% chance. But they say this is true right here. Now it's a scam because they lied to you, right? And you're spending your money on something that is being misrepresented. But as long as these numbers are accurate, then it's not a scam. It's just a really bad banner to roll on. And we'll talk about that here now. Look at Keqing. Now, this is also a bad banner right now. I wouldn't roll on the Keqing banner because she's always a standard character. But we're going to take her as an example here. So Keqing is currently the rate-up character on this banner. And if you don't have guaranteed pity and you get a 5-star drop, it's a 50% chance that it's guaranteed to be Keqing, or if you get somebody else, then the next drop is 100% guaranteed to be the banner character. So, what does that mean? Let's assume here that you do not have a guaranteed character coming in. So you roll, you get your legendary, you want Keqing, and you get Mona, or you get Diluc. Well, now you know that the next time you get pity, or the next time you happen to get that 5-star drop, you're going to get Keqing. Or, if you wait till later tonight, you're going to get Hu Tao, or whoever the next rate-up character is, if you hold off on rolling. So why is that better? Well, because, again, let's look at this. You have a guaranteed chance to get this character with an investment of whatever money it takes you to get 2 max pities. Whereas, in this banner, you could roll over and over and over and over and not get Staff of Homa. There was a YouTuber I heard of called Tectone who, from what I understand, he spent $2,000 before he got a Staff of Homa. Now, I happen to be very lucky, and in my history here, I'll show you guys exactly how mine's gone so far. Alright, so I got Jade Winged Spear here back when it was still during the Xiao banner, right? So we've got 3 on top of that, remember 3. 6, 12, 18, 19, plus 3 is 22. So 23 rolls after I got Jade Winged Spear, I got Staff of Homa, and I was trying to get Wolf's Gravestone at the time. So what does that mean? Well, that goes to show that it is not exactly a scam. In some cases, I guess you could just say that I had a bit better luck than what some of those YouTubers have had, because I just happened to be in a position where I got it without having to spend a lot of money. And you could spend, as my example earlier showed, you could spend $1,000 before you get this. As Tectone's example shows, you could spend $2,000 before you get this staff. So this banner, while it might not be a scam, it is the worst banner in this game, and you should only roll on it if you have expendable money to do so. I mean, honestly, you should really only roll on any of these banners if you have the expendable money to do so, because at the end of the day, this is a gamble, and you have to understand that. You have to be willing to understand that you might spend money and not get what you want, and only spend money that you can afford. Now, let's talk a little bit about Hu Tao speculation. So, as you can see, I've got an hour and 59 minutes left in the Keqing banner. I cannot try out Hu Tao currently. If we go to our events page, see the test run, still Keqing. So let's go take a look here real quick, and we'll see what we're talking about for trying out a character. Now, most of you guys know that you can try out the banner character and get a smiddle of a smattering of a little primo gems, right? As a result, a smattering, a smattering of primo gems, right? So Genshin has been doing, or MiHoYo has been doing something a little different lately. Normally, when you do a trial, you have a Favonius weapon. This is not. This is a 5-star weapon from the last banner, the Primordial Jade Cutter, and she has the Braveheart set. Normally, this is what these characters will have. So a Favonius bow and Braveheart set, or a Favonius sword and Braveheart set, so on and so forth. Now, my understanding from what I heard from somebody who has played the test version of Hu Tao on the Asia server is that she will have the Staff of Homa, and she will have a full set of Crimson Witch artifacts. So Crimson Witch is probably going to be her best 4 set, and Homa is most certainly going to be her best weapon. And this is somewhat reminiscent of what we had with Shao. With Shao's trial, we had a Jade Wing Spear, and we had 2-piece Viridescent Venerer, 2-piece Gladiator. So you had a character that was not unlike, let me get out of this menu here. You had a character that was not unlike the Shao that I have built now, which is a very good, very well built character. You don't start out with really crap gear in his trial. I mean, Jade Wing Spear at 90, so I have 10 levels on what the trial had. You know, 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Viridescent is what I run now. And mine are all 20 out of 20. The demos was 18 out of 20. So, you know, it's relatively close. Demo was 888. I have 969. So my Shao is pretty close. It's a little better, but pretty close to what the demo was. And at the end of the day, the demo of Shao is much better than what your average Shao is going to be. And I think the trial of Hu Tao is going to be much the same. But the part that I want to really talk about here is how the community has been speculating about Hu Tao online for a while. And I haven't watched any of these videos yet because I didn't want to influence my opinion in this video. But I've seen that there are already videos up from people that have got Hu Tao or have tried Hu Tao out on the Asia server and are already forming opinions saying that she's one of the best, if not the best character in the game. But what's important to understand is people have been saying this for weeks now. You could go on YouTube a day ago or a couple of days ago before anybody had access to this character, and you could see YouTubers telling you that Hu Tao is going to be the next best thing since sliced bread. And why is that important? Well, it's important because that has happened a lot. I've been a part of this game since release, since the Venti banner. And I remember people saying, oh, I'm not going to roll for Venti because Klee is going to be great. And it turned out that Klee wasn't bad, right? Klee is an okay, decent character. I don't like playing her. She's not my cup of tea, but a lot of people liked her at the time. And I remember when the Klee banner came out, a large amount of people in the community were saying, oh, I can't roll for Klee because I need to get Zhongli. And then Zhongli came out and everybody lost their minds because he was, at the time, the worst 5-star out. Unless maybe Keqing is a little worse. One of the two. But everybody thought he was going to be the next best thing. He was going to be the best DPS in the game. And there are videos upon videos upon videos after Zhongli came out telling you Zhongli is broken. Zhongli is the best character out there. But then MiHoYo had to buff him twice and buff his entire element before he really became a viable addition to a lot of people's teams, right? If I recall correctly, when Zhongli first came out, if you held his E, you got a shield, but he didn't drop the pillar. That was the first buff, if I'm not mistaken, that he got, was that his E hold now drops a pillar as well, meaning his E hold is an amazing thing to do, but then he also got the second buff plus the new Geo Resonance buff. It took an entire community of people, especially in China, complaining about how he sucked compared to what the speculation was. And then Ganyu came out. There was really not a lot of speculation about her. Ganyu came out, blew everybody out of the water. Oh, she's great. She's doing a ton of damage. she's an amazing DPS, but there was no speculation, so it was a surprise. And people talked about it possibly being power creep, which is understandable. But then Xiao comes along, and next to Zhongli, he's probably been the most hyped character that I've seen any community talk about during the duration of this game. And Xiao's not bad. I like him. I think he's probably my favorite character on my team currently. I like him even more than Ganyu, just playstyle-wise. But a lot of people seem to be disappointed, you know? Well, he's not the hyper carry that I wished he was. Or, well, you know, he's Animo, so his talents, or his what's what I'm looking for? His interactions are not as good with other elements as they could be, right? And that's true. And now we have Hu Tao, where people have been saying, I'm not going to pull Xiao, I'm not going to pull Ganyu, I want Hu Tao. And you've got people on YouTube saying, oh, she's just the best in this game ever, right? Well, the point of this is that speculation is only that until a character is released and people have seen how well the character performs. So, when Hu Tao comes out tonight, people are going to pull for her, and some people will be happy, and some people might be disappointed. But that is how speculation works, right? Like, when Zhongli came out, I held off on pulling for him until the community decided what they thought, you know, the overall recommendation and thoughts were on him. And at the time, it didn't seem like he was worth pulling for, because the general consensus was that he was like a Geo version of Xiangling, essentially at that same power level. And I wasn't playing Geo at the time, so I didn't roll for him on my main account, because I thought, you know, it's better to get Albedo. He's probably going to be a better character. And to begin with, he was. But then Zhongli got buffed, and buffed again, and Geo got buffed, and Zhongli now outpaces Albedo. And I'm glad I have him on my alt account, because at least I have him, but I'd rather have him on this account. You know, so at the end of the day, what does that say? Well, I have now demonstrated, for example, where I held off on doing something on my main account because of what the community said, and I regret it now. But also, I have told you guys some examples of where people have been disappointed. Oh, I'm not going to get Klee because I want Zhongli, and then they're disappointed. Or, I'm not going to get Ganyu because I want Xiao. And it turns out that Ganyu is way busted compared to Xiao. So I'm not saying that Hu Tao is going to be a bad character. I think she's probably going to be good. She's probably going to be one of the better characters in this game. But we don't know that yet. And anybody on YouTube, before a character releases, who's speculating about a character telling you they're going to be the best in the game, well, what is the ultimate goal of that person? Well, the ultimate goal is they want money. They want your clicks. They want your views so that they get money, right? I'm telling you this. I'm barely, I wouldn't even call myself a YouTuber. I have such a small viewing here. It would be in my best interest to get on the bandwagon with everybody else, right? And put out pre-release videos talking about, oh, Hu Tao is amazing, and here's why. Ha! But I don't do that because I don't think it's right. And I think you guys just need to have a massive grain of salt anytime people talk to you about stuff like this. And you just have to think about it, you know? Is this really a scam? No, it's likely not. And is Hu Tao going to be the best thing since sliced bread? Well, maybe. But that's what everybody on YouTube says about every banner character every time one comes out. Except for Albedo and I think Keqing are pretty much the two banners I don't recall a lot of people losing their minds over. So I appreciate you guys listening. Just keep this stuff in mind. You know, you're spending your hard-earned money on this game. Get the characters that you want, not the characters that somebody on YouTube tells you are the characters that you should have. Thanks for listening, guys. This has been Alberic. Until next time, see y'all later.